Okay, so believe it or not, I just have to make these videos. I hope they reach somebody. I hope somebody hears it. I hope somebody feels that things can be different when they trust and believe in Jesus. I'll just say that. So, my thing today is, why is it so easy for us to follow everybody and believe in anything but Jesus? We can believe in the jobs that we work at. We can believe in the relationships we're in. We can believe in the family members that we have. We can believe in our children. And we set things up so high that it's all us. It's all me. I'll talk about me because I can't talk about anybody else, but I'll talk about me. I want to do things a certain way. And I know because of my relationship with God, and I believe in God, and I believe that God sent his son Jesus to die on the cross for the remission of my sins, that there's more to this, that this is so temporary, that everything that I've been through in life has only set the tone for how I will finish my race. Now, I can't specifically speak to men because I don't know what it's like to be a man. I don't know what it's like to be a husband. I don't know what it's like to be a brother. My thing is women. But if you can catch something out of this, please catch it because I'm throwing gems all the time. Me as a woman, I've always wanted that one man to come in and make things right, provide, protect, be what the world says that you need to have to complete you. And it was crazy because God would be like, "Let me be your man. Let me take care of you." And I'm like, God, you don't want me. You could do so much better. And I would run from God all the time. And then it's like I started seeing God moving in my life. Like I had this car accident. So I know God is real. I know God is alive. I know God is active. I know. And at one point, God tells me, you need to go and you need to see who Jesus is and you need to follow him because that's the true way to me. Like, if you really want to prove to me that you love me and you know that I love you, follow my son and listen to him. And it's been a struggle because I've always had this idea that being a Christian was you had to walk this very narrow road with all these rules. No. Is there a law that God has in place for us? Yes. Did Jesus come to break that law? No, he came to fulfill it. To make you have a moral compass to go by. And what I was seeing people, or I would see church folks, and it would be like, I'm all glammed up, I'm all whatever. I'm not saying don't take care of your body. That it, I'm no makeup. You know what I mean? Like I just don't do it. But like the outside was nice and polished, but the inside was not. Like I would legit be in churches and be going through stuff. I'm talking about, let's see, my man had went to jail. We had gotten into it. Wait, no, I had an abortion. We got into a fight. He went to jail. I got into it with my son because of my other son who was running away and they thought I wasn't parenting correctly. I got into it with my daughter because she didn't like some of my choices. I have a 19-year-old who is trying to be out here and live this life and hustle his way to the top, but we all know that doesn't work. He's seen it in my family. Like it's been there. It's real. My life is real. And what I go through, I can't sit and talk to everybody about it because everybody isn't going to understand. And I'm not also going to put myself in a position to where I'm opening up myself and I know that you're just going to take it and, be done with it or just put it out there. If I'm telling you something, I'm telling you because I need you to help me. Like I need you to pray for me. I need you to intercede for me. But none of this was happening. So I'm just kind of like, God, how do you want me to be a certain type of Christian? I got all this real life stuff going on, but this is what it's supposed to look like. And I wasn't listening to him when he kept saying, get to know Jesus, find out who Jesus is, see things how Jesus saw things and try to model yourself after that. And it legit took me a super long time. So within the last couple of years, I've been slowly, and it's so slow because I'm funny about churches. Like I don't want to go to a church I can get comfortable because it's God's house. But once I start picking up that there's some shade because people are in cliques and you come in and they side eye, like, why are you side eyeing me? Side eyeing me? Like, that doesn't, it doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. So I just kind of stayed off to myself. But the whole time, like, progressively growing in this word and taking these truths and starting to believe it, because for so long I have believed what the world had said. My mom said I was nothing. I would never be anything. I was ugly, fat, and stupid, and I was black. I'm not black. You know what I mean? Like, the shots that people shoot, or be in relationships where I would get cheated on constantly because I wasn't a bad one. You know what I mean? It was just, I felt some type of way. So I could look like this on the outside, but my heart is cold and I'm hard on the inside. And nothing was shaking or moving, because I could have money, I could take trips, I could do all of that. But at the end of the day, I was still empty. I was still a person who would pop off, wouldn't care, like, who you were or where you are. You say something to me, I'm coming for your life. And I found plenty of humor in it because I'm super sarcastic and very witty, and I know how to push people's buttons. But then God is like, you need to look at yourself, because that does not look anything like me. It's not a reflection of who I am, and it's nothing that I've taught you. And all the time that we've been together, you still want to do you. I don't want to do me no more, because I know me, like, I'm not happy internally. I can't stop my son from being out here trying to hustle in his car getting shot up, because today is Friday and Sunday I went out to go to church and there was bullet holes in his car, and the devil wanted to stop me and be like, oh my gosh, you're so sad, your son's out here, woo, 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 woo. And I'm like, nah, God, I'm gonna go to church. I'm gonna hear what you got to tell me, because I haven't been going to church, but I need to get to church because I need to be around other believers who can strengthen me, because this is not a fight for one soldier. This is a fight for an army. We're in a war, but it's something that you have to believe. This is what I believe. So I go to church, I come back, I call my son, and I just start crying, because I'm like, man, I went through this with my brother. Like, I had to see my brother in a federal prison because he was young. His father wasn't out here. His mother wasn't around. And I'm just his sister, and I'm trying to help him. But he found comfort in love in following a group of individuals who were just out here reckless. In that chaos, they found something for a moment. But anything outside of God won't last. So when the feds start coming and they start kicking in people's doors, now everybody's telling. So I'm telling my son, like, I went through this with my brother. Like, why do you not get that? And my son can't understand it, but I know God does. And these are one of the things that I have to deal with, and I don't have anyone to talk to. I'm not going to go to a psychologist or a therapist and try to talk to somebody who's never lived a life where your door gets kicked in, where there's shootouts, where there's people selling drugs, where, there's just scheming and scamming happening, and people are just trying to get how they live every single day. Every single day. This is a real life, and some people can distance themselves from it and be like, oh, that's hood, that's this. It's ignorance. It's ignorance, because if you don't know better, you don't do better. And why do you think every generation, there's always somebody who's doing the same thing? My uncles did it. My brother did it. My son's trying to do it, and I got 7 kids, and this is the one who has never been anywhere. I just said all of that to tell you that I go through things, and I can't try to sit in front like I got it all together, or like everything is perfect. I'm not that type of person. This is where Jesus comes in, and me spending that time with him, I understand that there's going to be times where you are alone. There's going to be times where you're going through so much, you have absolutely nobody to turn to and talk to but him. You know what I mean? Like, just imagine being in a garden and you're about to die, and you're going to die, and you're just so emotionally engulfed in what's about to happen, you start sweating blood. I've never got to that point. I've like legit cried my eyes out and did like a whole bunch of other things and try to run from it. But he's saying, like, look, I took care of all of that. With me, just know I'm telling you up front, and this is Jesus. Like, he's always gonna keep it 100 and be like, in this world, you're gonna have problems. There's going to be trials. There's going to be tribulations. There's going to be storms that come at you. But with me, you can get through anything. Because me as a person, Tanya, myself, I want to quit every single day. I want to quit. Tanya wants to quit. The old man in me wants to quit. It does not want to move forward. It wants to stay stuck watching like being on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook anymore, but like Netflix, Candy Crush, watching movies, doing activities, anything but getting to God. But this new man in me is like, no, I need more of God. I need more of this word. I need more of this life. I need. In Luke 12:4-5, Jesus says, I'm speaking to you as dear friends. Don't be bluffed into silence or insincerity by the threats of religious bullies. True, they can kill you, but then what can they do for you? But what can they do? There's nothing they can do to your soul, your core being. Save your fear for God, who holds your entire life, body, and soul in his hands. And I legit fear nobody. I don't have a fear of dying. I don't have a fear of being broke. I don't have a fear of being cheated on. I don't have a fear of going hungry. I don't have a fear of living in lack, because those things are not going to happen. I've been homeless. I've been broke. I've been cheated on plenty of times. I've been destroyed by my own mother before the world had a chance to. So I really don't care about the world and how people feel. What I do care about is the people that were hardened by their life, the women who had to become mothers at young ages and try to do it. I was a mother at 15, didn't even know nothing. I was still a kid myself. And here I am. I'm not out here hurting. My kids are grown. They graduated from high school. They didn't want to go to college. That's fine. They're living their lives, except my 19-year-old. He's out here on something reckless, but God got him because he's not going to get away. Like, that's his son. God bless me to be in charge of him. And I just say, in the name of Jesus, he's not built for this life. He's not a killer. He's not a real hustler. He's not any of that. The boy didn't ride the bus till he was like 16. And that was probably like twice a year. So you're not that hard. He's more like a cupcake. I just want to encourage you, wherever you are, to know that all the stuff that you keep bottled up inside, God wants to be let in. He wants to help you. God is not like anybody you have ever met before. Because when people say, hey, if you need something, just call me, holla at me, I'll be through. It's always with something, because then they'll talk about it or they'll feel some type of way because you called them or whatever it was, right? God's saying, call on me so I can work on the inner you, so I can help restore your soul, so we can get it together here, because this time is short. If you think things are going to get better, they're not. It's no distraction season. So holla at God and just try it.